You think about being an emperor of Ocean Park. Is this going to be anything people assume it's going to be?
No, I hope not. I feel like it's something that we haven't quite seen on TV yet. We have this incredible political thriller mystery that's a very grounded story, that's not high camp. It's very grounded. It feels very like House of Cards, very like that sort of tone, led by an all black cast. So for me, I feel like this is something that we don't often see on TV. And so for that, I'm so excited for folks to see it. And then, of course, it's a mystery. So hopefully, there'll be some twists and turns along the way that people won't be able to figure out and they'll be surprised in the end.
Mystery? Is it a thriller? Is it comedy? Is it because it's
It's
all things? It can be all things, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of the two. I mean, the story is essentially following Talcott Garland and Mariah Garland, siblings who believe that the death of their father, the judge, played by Forrest Whitaker, is there's been some foul play here. The coroner and everyone says, oh, it was a heart attack, but they don't believe it. So they kind of go down a conspiracy theory path, which creates all kinds of like thriller type, drama for them. And I play Madison Garland, who is Talcott's wife. And his foray into conspiracy is kind of causing problems for me and mine. So,
You talk about conspiracy theories. I have to ask you, which is one that you're like, listen, I will die on this mountain. I believe this to be true. What's that for you?
oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that is such a good question. I don't even know. Conspiracy theory. Mm, uh, I don't even know. Wow, you really threw me through a loop right here for this question. I believe aliens are real. I do. I believe we're not the only people, we're not the only like sentient beings in the universe. We just haven't quite communicated with them yet, or we haven't quite experienced them yet, which now everybody's gonna think I'm crazy, but
That's okay. So, when you think about aliens, you think about supernatural people. To us, Forrest Whitaker is pretty supernatural in his talent.
oh,
So, what did you learn from him, being alongside him in this project?
oh my gosh. You know, as someone who has as many accolades, who is as talented, who has shown us time and time again that he's just incredible at what he does, his humility is just something that is, remarkable to come in as an actor who doesn't have all the experience he has and maybe has a little nerves about working with someone like him. The humility he has just puts you at ease. And it's definitely something that I want to emulate moving forward in my own career.
Awesome. And of course, the next question, the last question has to be for this moment in your career right now. This is a wonderful way to be seen to even more people. But what's your dream job, or what can you tell us you have coming up next?
Well, I mean, I have a few things coming up next. Right now, I'm working on my own directorial debut. I have written a feature film called Sherman Park. It's a horror film. It is a allegory about recidivism. And the story is a story about Miles, who is a man who's returning home to his neighborhood in Sherman Park in Milwaukee, where I'm from. And he's trying to start his life over after getting out of prison, but realizes that society around him has turned on him. And by turn, I mean like turned into zombies and are attacking him. And so the metaphor is essentially that, for people who are reentering society from prison, they're expected to do right, get a job, stay on the right side of the law. But the way society is set up, it's essentially hostile towards them. You try to get a job, but you have to check that box that says you're a felon. You try to get an apartment, you have to check that box that says you're a felon. And all of these things make it really difficult for you to stay on the right side of the law. And so I kind of decided to make that into a metaphor with zombie tropes and horror and whatnot. I'm inspired by Jordan Peele, so yeah. So that's what I'm working on right now. As far as a dream job, I'm a sci-fi nerd. I'm a genre nerd, fantasy nerd. So I think Star Wars. I'd love to be in a Star Wars TV show or a movie. I keep hearing that they might reboot The Matrix. I'm down for that. So that would be cool to work on as an actor.